So today we proceed from where we stopped. Last time we were talking about measurement of risk, and we say that standard deviation is used to measure risk. Standard deviation is used to measure risk. Our topic is risk and return. Risk and return. So we continue by looking at more illustrations. Today you want to consider an illustration on how to calculate risk. Okay, risk. And we will use, first of all, our today's illustration, we are going to use past data. The first illustration will be in relation to past data. We want to use past data for two companies and see how we can calculate risk. So we can take an example of past data for 4 years on two securities. You can write here illustration. The past data for 4 years the past data for 4 years on two securities A and B, two securities A and B, show that the yield or let's say the yield or the yielded return, show that the yielded return on investment as under. So the past data for 4 years on two securities A and B. Securities can be equity share, can be stock, can be a bond. Show that the yield return on investment as under. So we can have here column for the year. These are 4 years. You can say from 2013 to 2014, 2014 to 2015, 2015 to 2016, 2016 to 2017. These are the years. Then the return for security, the yield or return for security A to be, say, 15%, B the next year, say, 5%, next year 18%, following year 7%. The return security B, for security B, we can put it first year 9%, second year 11%, third year 15%, fourth year 10%. So we are required to compute or calculate the average, return, calculate the average return offered by the two securities offered by the two securities and their relative riskiness and their relative riskiness. We have to compute the average return and the relative riskiness. So this is past data, okay, for two is historical data for two securities as shown in the two columns. So we are expected to calculate, number one, the average return. Average return for security A will be equal to the total return, okay, over the number of years, will be equal to the total return cumulatively over total return over the number of years. That will give us the average. That will give us the average return. The average return. So the total here will be 15% plus 5% plus 18% plus 7% divided by 4 years. That will give us a return as a percentage. So we take the 15, add 5, add 18, add 7. So this divide by 4. So 20 plus 18 plus 7 divide by 4. So the average return is 11.25% for security A. Then the average return for security B will be equal to the 9% plus 11% plus 15% plus 10% over 4. This will be equal to 20 plus 15 plus 10 divided by 4. So the average return for the two securities to 11.25%. So both securities and 7%. After the return, then we have 6.75. Then lastly, 7 minus 11.25 is negative 4.25. So next we'll have to do away with the signs by getting the square of the deviations. So we need to square these deviations. Okay, we get the square of 3.75 square. 3.75 square, this is equal to 14.06. Next, 6.25 square, 39.06. Next, 6.75 square, 45.56. Next is negative 4.25. Square it, 18.06. These are the squares. So this is security A. You can move on to security B and do the same. Security B here. You continue with security B here. So security B, the years will remain, the return is different. So security B return for security B, the return here for security B, return security B 9, 11, 15, 10. That's the return. Then return X. Then there is the average return. Average return X bar is 11.25, 11.25, 11.25, 11.25. The deviation here, X minus X bar, the average, the deviation, we take the 9, this one, X, minus 11.25, this is equal to negative 2.25. Then next, 11 minus 11.25, this is equal to negative 0.25. Next we have 15 minus 11.25 is equal to 3.75. Then 10 minus 11.25, 1.25. So you can go ahead and square the deviations. Square the deviation, this square. 2.25 square, 5.06. Next, 0.25 square, 0.06. Next, 3.75 square, 14.06. And lastly, 1.25 square is equal to 1.56. These are the deviation. So next step is to get the total here. Total of the deviations. The total of the deviations squared. This total. This total. We square. We get the totals, starting with security A, 14.06 plus 39.06 plus 45.56 plus 18.06, 116.74. Next total here is 5.06 plus 0.06 plus 14.06 plus 1.56. This is equal to 20.74.
Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to get yourself a copy of our professionally prepared study text and revision partners. Visit our shop along Tom Boyer Street, Pioneer House, 3rd floor, opposite Fire Station.